Hello, Daniel the OGT here, and this is my choice reaction, and it's uh, it's something that means a lot to me, near and dear to my heart. I will take it to my grave as I have a 13th step, a perfect circle tattooed on my arm, and I went way down the Lane Staley rabbit hole with him and Maynard and Tool, and uh, got lost down in that hole. Pardon the pun. So I have ate a couple cookies because the subject matter is not that great. Addiction, death. 13th step, only having two references, which is only two of the only references Maynard has ever gave to influences within music of Tool, or a perfect circle, or Pussifer. He just don't give references. But grief from, like, say the death of his mother is referenced directly, and going through addictions, any kind of healing, recovery from anything traumatic, whether it be loss or addiction or both. So, yeah, kind of a dark subject, but I don't mind those things. Through really through Tool alone, nothing they've told me to do or maybe sign on paper contract or anything. Just the concepts in their music point out the dark natures we have inside ourselves, what we're all capable of. Also studies in the usual places as Maynard, such as Carl Jung. I think Maynard probably studies little Alan Watts, and Bontes, or the Sacred Secret guy. I'm sure of that. There are too many song references: vicarious, bottom, descending, pneuma being in that one work of for Maynard not to have some kind of ties to that. All right, so to the whole album reaction, which I will song by song, it's going to take knowing a little bit about this history first, because I don't want to say anything out of context.
Way back to 1993 when the group shared the bill on Lollapalooza. And a few years ago, one of Alice in Chains' biographers would share a story about Maynard James Keenan and Lane Staley during their time on the road, saying the following: Tool is a musical phenomenon. Think about it. They haven't put out an album in over a decade, they have a ton of long, musically complicated songs, and they have an enigmatic singer that spends the entire show backed by the drum riser and doesn't really engage with the audience. This shouldn't really work, and yet it does. Tool headlined the Northern Invasion Festival in Somerset, Wisconsin, with Alice in Chains playing right before them. Tool and Alice in Chains have a long history together, going back to 1993, when they spent the summer together lollapaloozing across North America. And Tool was one of my favorite bands on the bill that summer. They came on stage in the middle of the afternoon, and they absolutely killed it day after day. And Maynard was a whirling dervish of activity, at least compared to now. He prowled the stage and stomped and kicked and spun around until he fell over, and the band was tight and brutal. These guys were and are an incredible band. And one of my favorite drunkenly fuzzy memories from Lollapalooza was going to an after hours bar after the show in Atlanta and sitting between Maynard and Lane at the bar. As the night turned into morning and more drinks were ingested, Lane and Maynard decided that talking was interfering with their drinking, so they decided to quit talking but not drinking. For what seemed like an hour, they used me to pass notes back and forth to each other on cocktail napkins. I can't remember what all was written, but the notes were strange and hilarious, and that night will always stick with me. So it wasn't really.
So that's a quote from Kurt Loder, I think. How lucky is Kurt Loder to sit in between Lane Staley and Maynard James Keenan in their younger days? Lane's prime for sure. I'm not sure Maynard's ever not been in his prime. He's a really weird cat as far as not failing at much of anything. It's that movement that's fucking weird. But yeah, those napkins, the messages on them from two great songwriters in general, drunk, especially two really dark songwriters. So yeah, that would have been great.
Really surprising when one of the first calls the band made in 2005 when they got back together to play a benefit show was to Maynard, who came to Seattle without hesitation and helped kickstart what turned out to be the reunion of Alice in Chains. So yeah, Tool is awesome and it was great to share a bill with them again. It was also great to see and hang out with a couple of the guys that used to be on our crew that have now been on Tool's crew for a while. Festival gigs are like that. You tend to run into friends and old colleagues that you haven't seen in a while, and the capper of the whole night. While Sean, William, and Jerry were watching Tool's set from the side of the stage, and as I mentioned earlier, Maynard pretty much stayed glued to the riser back by the drums, dressed up in his helmet and military police looking outfit. At one point in the middle of the song, he came down from the riser, walked behind the drums over to the side of the stage where the guys were watching. He waved to William, then waved to Jerry. Then with a slight smile on his face, he flipped Sean off and walked back to the stage. You gotta love Tool. And it was around this time that Lane Staley would join Tool on stage in 1993. So Tool was performing at a festival in Hawaii, and Tool would be joined on stage by Lane Staley to perform the track Opiate on a beach. And Tool had released their album Undertow that year, while Alice in Chains were still riding the huge success of their sophomore album Dirt. Now the festival lineup also consisted of Primus, The Violent Femmes, Stone Temple Pilots, and Fishbone. And there's footage of it you guys can watch on YouTube. And then about a year later, Lane would join.
There are many, at least 9 that I could pull up right now, other than this Hawaii show, of Lane and Maynard singing together. Both Lane with Tool and Maynard with Alice in Chains. Obviously before Lane's passing. And the benefit, the reason why there's no video of it, and I don't know this, I'm not Maynard's best friend, but I know the man's humble. The man really cared about Lane Staley enough to care, period. Like Maynard cares about humanity. I don't know how much he cares about individuality. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really show that side of himself. But yeah, there are many versions of these guys singing together throughout 95 when Lane started wearing a mask. I think he does reference that.
And then about a year later, Lane would join Tool once again on stage, but this time he was wearing a wool ski mask to cover his face. And this was around the time that Lane was slipping really back into addiction. And there's been a lot of stuff written about that performance, but I've never been able to find video footage of it or a picture of it. A lot of people said that Lane didn't look well around that time. And that was also around the time that Alice in Chains was supposed to open for Metallica on that summer tour, but ended up canceling due to the internal tensions and Lane's addiction problems. And Maynard has talked a bit about his friendship with Staley, and he gave an interview to Kurt Loder, and Loder had the following question. The album titled 13 Step seems to be a reference to AA's 12-step rehab program. Many of the songs were sung from the perspectives of recovery. And Keenan said, I don't think the album is specifically for people who are going through recovery, although the metaphor is absolutely present. Many of the songs were sung from the perspectives of recovery, from the perspective of a person who is in denial about a loved one, and from a drug perspective itself. The perspective of a person who is starting to realize that there is an issue, and of a person who is ready to deal with it. This was a very difficult task for me because I don't know what drug addiction is like. I drew on the experiences of friends who have gone through recovery and friends who will never go through recovery. Lane Staley, for example, who was an old friend. And Loder responded, you might have seen that coming with him, right? To which Keenan replied, absolutely. There was nothing you could do, and it's a very difficult thing to understand. Being a friend to someone like Lane, it really kind of does your head in. I don't understand it, but I do want to help other people who are on the borderline, who might hear a song and go, you know what? I think I want to try to live. That concludes today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, let me know in the comment section below which stories you'd like to see me cover on future episodes on my channel. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Yeah, that's why I do shit to myself off. Yeah, I'm a big softy. But yeah, I've got a friend of the channel's here, big Zeppelin fan who didn't realized that Danny Carey, loved John Bonham so much. And that Tool's one of the only bands to ever cover Zeppelin. Or, I know Zeppelin's one of the only bands that Tool's ever covered. Now, Puss for a Perfect Circle has covered everybody. But not Tool. I mean, a few people, live shows and stuff. But anyway, so song number 1 on A Perfect Circle. 13th step is The Package. All the lyrics. Clever got me this far, then tricky got me in. I on what I'm after. I don't need another friend. Smile and drop the cliche till you think I'm listening. Take just what I came for, then I'm out the door again. Peripheral in the package, don't care to settle in. Time to feed the monster. I don't need another friend. Comfort is a mystery crawling out of my own skin. Just give me what I came for, then I'm out the door again. Lie to get what I came for, and I'll lie to get what I need. I'll lie to get what I crave, lie and smile to get what's mine. And it just repeats. Perfect description of what goes through a drug addict's mind, being definitely one legally and illegally. When you're at the dope man's house, you might call him up later when you feel okay, but if you're sick or you feel shitty, you're just thinking, I know what I'm after. I don't need another friend, buddy. I'll nod and watch your lips move if you need me to pretend. Because clever got me this far and tricky got me in. Just give me what I came for, and I'm out the door again. And I'll lie to get what I came for. I'll lie to get what I need now. I'll lie to get what I'm craving. I'll lie and smile to get what's mine. Yeah, schizophrenia and psychedelic episodes are bad. Psychiatric ones too, but psychedelics and schizophrenia don't go together. That's the one time I would caution people from using psychedelics. Because they're not a drug, they're natural everywhere. The only one that's man-made is LSD. And the good old USA made it. So, thank you, assholes. Man, I think Josh Kinney, no, I think about Sean Kinney. Josh Freeze, the drummer for Perfect Circle, just signed on with the new Foo Fighters drummer and Taylor Hawkins, not taking Taylor Hawkins' place, but essentially being the new drummer in Foo Fighters. So congratulations. And Um, we will miss you in APC, but like the last documentary said, festivals, gigs, bands, see, when an opportunity like that opens, you take it. The Perfect Circle has, well, this album done very well. Had a couple number one, The Outsider. Perfect Circle has several number one. Judith, multi-platinum song. So the bass, the awkward drum pattern, Maynard's very soft voice right now, and the ominous feel of the track is kind of like the clouds before the storm, or the impending feeling of needing to get your fix. Not very much emotion in Maynard's voice, very just clean, sung kind of regularly. Well, let me talk to you here. I know you think Reactors has got some kind of promo code or something. Oh man, get good headphones because it'll make us money. No, that's not it. They are fucking good, man. You hear shit you'll never hear. Led Zeppelin? Oh, God almighty. I saw like Hank Williams. Led Zeppelin's music, Pink Floyd, anything intricate that's got fucking crazy sounds in it, you've never heard it all. If you've never had anything other than $20 earbuds, you've never heard it all. You haven't. Go borrow somebody's or something. Put Pink Floyd Time on, Led Zeppelin Cashmere, and Tool 46-2. Come back and tell me I was wrong. Sorry, that was a rant. Anyway, you can hear all this shit, man, moving around like, it's crazy. Maynard, much more aggression in his voice. A lot of tension built there with no release. So maybe he's high now, or at least he's got it in his pocket. Believe it or not, that in itself will tame. That's basically a placebo effect. But just knowing you got it, I guess if you ain't paid a bill and you got the money to pay it, you're still gonna be relieved. So I guess it's a drug thing, but mental, psychotic fucking people everywhere. Watch out. couldn't tell you how many people have had therapeutic benefits from people deconstructing from Christianity to people questioning God to people wanting to be better religious to people on drugs to people going through divorces, losses, grieving, just stressed out about a job or a court date. You're good. There is so many. Lots of music does this. You can read the comments of certain songs that have saved so many people. But I think that was just through the vibration of music and happiness in music. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of music that explains your emotions and your feelings. That's why I'm not in my feelings. If you're in your feelings, then I've heard this before. Well, I went out and got me a YouTube channel, and I identify as an obsessed Tool fan that reacts to music. Tired of not reacting to Tool. It's crazy. We still debate every meaning of all this shit right now, everywhere we could talk. But I shouldn't react to it. I've got the damn platform. Even if it is in the back in the shadows. Anyway, this one means a lot. Rest in peace, Judith Marie Keenan. Rest in peace, Walter Logan. Rest in peace, Jeffrey Gilmore and Lane. Funny that Maynard and Lane share another thing in common. They both wanted to ditch their real names. Herbert James Keenan and Rutherford Thomas Lane Rutherford Staley. Herbert and Rutherford. That's Lane and Maynard. You'll never think about it the same way, will you? I love that part. Give this to me. Secrets Can you still hear him? I can. Nah, I didn't hear him that time. All right, it's over. Thank you. It's important to me. And yeah, I didn't mean no narcissistic shit by that. Just caught a lot of crap for it. The tool reactions seem to get a lot of people click on them and click right off of them, and I know that ain't the way it is, because for one, I've got analytics here that show me other people's stats on their reactions, and I'm go to them. I'm still a patron to the Charismatic Voice and to Lost in Vegas because of tool reactions. And Greg really ain't heard the shit, so why wouldn't you want an OGT in there to tell them where the paw's at? Where it don't piss us off. All right, mental health is real. I advocate it. I'm an example of it. What is the 13th step? Maybe we'll learn. Maybe it's the same as the first step. What's up?